afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure and honor to welcome you all to such an exciting event, the announcement of the Adhwa'a Al-Hedaya TEDx competition winners, the competition where talented students speak up for the causes that matter to them. Before we begin, I'd like for us all to take a moment to appreciate and acknowledge what this day truly stands for, the importance and power of words. Words aren't just sounds or letters on papers. They are tools that single-handedly have the ability to change the entire trajectory of your life, perspective, and opinions. Think of life's most significant moments. A baby's first word, the words "I do" that tie two lives forever, and a person's last words. These moments are all significant because of the meaning of the words said in them. Today, we aren't just honoring winners. We are honoring storytellers, motivators, people who speak up for those who can't, and people with words powerful enough to change the world.
From Kenya to Colombia, from Iraq to Korea, in slums, in schools, in prisons, and in theatres, every day people gather at TEDx events around the world to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. Today, you are part of a global conversation about our shared future. So what is this TEDx? TEDx is a TED conference, a non-profit devoted to ideas worth spreading. We grant free licenses to allow TED-like events to spread globally. This event today is based on the TED conference format and ideals, but is independently organized by your local community. So please make sure to thank the team of so hard on today's event. It's their ideas, dedication, and time that made it all possible. It's they who booked all the speakers, and the views you'll hear today are, of course, those of those speakers, not necessarily of TEDs. But we hope their talks spark an exciting conversation among you. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for openness and for critical thinking, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you'll take out. And now, on with the show.
Welcome everyone to our TEDx event. Today isn't just about speeches. It's about the power of ideas that can change how we see the world. TEDx gives us the chance to listen, to think, and grow as a community. It's a space where creativity meets purpose, and where voices, especially young ones, can spark hope and action. Through this event, we are reminded that inspiration doesn't always come from big moments. Sometimes it starts right here, with simple stories that touch our hearts and open our minds. To start off our event, we have someone who reminds us that success begins in the mind. Please welcome Julia Ismail presenting her speech, The Importance of Champions Mindset.
Imagine a lion in the wild. Every morning it wakes up, not knowing if it'll eat, but only that it has to run faster than its prey. And every morning the gazelle wakes up, not knowing if it'll survive, but only that it has to run faster than the lion. Two completely different goals, but the same truth. If they stop running, they'll lose. That's the secret about champions. Not strength, not luck, not even talent. It's the mindset, that quiet little voice that tells you to keep going, even when the world tells you to stop. Today, I want to explore what it truly means to have a champion's mindset. Because being a champion isn't about the trophies or the medals, it's about how you think, how you rise, and how you keep showing up when no one's watching. Every victory begins in the mind. Before any race is won or goal is achieved, it is imagined, believed. If you can't see it, you'll never chase it. A fixed mindset says, this is who I am, I can't change. A growth mindset says, I can learn, I can improve, and I can do better. champions live in that growth mindset. They know talent might get you started, but belief and constant effort will take you across the finish line. Serena Williams once said, "Luck has nothing to do with it because I've spent many hours on the court working for my moment." That's the heart of belief, showing up long before the applause. Every champion has failed, many times, but failure doesn't stop them, it shapes them. Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I failed over and over again. That's why I succeed." That's the difference. Champions don't fear failure, they use it. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. Imagine if she quit after the first no. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Because each mistake, each setback becomes a lesson. So when you fall, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" That's how failure turns into fuel. Motivation is temporary. It's a spark, it fades. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Kobe Bryant used to train at 4 a.m., not because he enjoyed waking up early, but because greatness demanded it. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's the quiet, daily effort that builds confidence and character. Champions don't wait for the perfect moment. They make every moment count. Because success isn't one big step, it's 1,000 small ones repeated with consistency. So what truly makes a champion? It's not medals, it's not applause, it's the mindset. The belief that you can, the courage to fail and rise again, and the discipline to keep going when no one's cheering. Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Champions aren't born, they're built from belief, from effort, and from failure. And the best part, you don't need a stadium or a spotlight. All you need is the courage to start, to grow, and to never stop running your race. Because the finish line doesn't make you a champion, your mindset does. Thank you.
Please welcome Leen Azinati presenting The Silent Struggles of Teenagers.
Good morning, everyone. Have you ever looked at a teenager and thought, how come they have it so easy? No bills, no responsibilities, just school and friends? Well, let me tell you, it's not that simple. Being a teenager nowadays is like living in two different worlds. On one side, there's the real world. Friendships, family, figuring out who you are, and homework. And on the other side, there's a digital world. Social media, influencers, and endless pictures of perfect lives. And sometimes those two worlds don't match. Teenagers are at an age where everything seems louder and heavier, which means a small comment can stick in our heads for weeks. And a minor mistake, the end of the world. And then we scroll through social media where everyone seems happy and beautiful and successful and literally living their best lives right now. And we start asking ourselves, why don't I feel that way? And why isn't my life like that? And what am I missing on in life? I'll be honest, I felt that way too. So there was this one evening when I was scrolling through social media or Instagram, and I've seen all of these posts of people hanging out and laughing and literally looking perfect. And there I was, sitting in my room, feeling like I was the only one missing out on life. You know, I even remember thinking, what's wrong with me? And why isn't my life that exciting? But later, I realized that those pictures were just highlights and not the full story. Everyone posts their best moments, but never their bad ones. And it's not just me who's felt that way. Studies show that 1 in 3 teenagers say that social media makes them feel worse about themselves. So it's not just in our heads, it's a real issue we're all silently struggling with. This comparison game slowly eats at us, making us want more things, more attention, more approval. Not because we're greedy, but because deep down, we just want to feel enough. But here's the thing. Most parents, even society, don't always understand this. They look at us and say, you have everything, then why are you so blue? They don't see that our struggles aren't always visible, and they don't see the pressure of being constantly connected, constantly compared, and constantly expected to keep up. And when we try to explain, it feels like we're speaking different languages. Parents grew up in a world where social media didn't even exist, while us, we are growing up in a world that depends on social media. So yes, they might misunderstand us, but that doesn't mean they don't care. It just means we need more conversations, more listening, more bridges between generations. Because at the end of the day, what a teenager really needs isn't more likes or more followers or more things. What we really need is understanding. A little patience. A reminder that it's okay to not have everything figured out yet. So the next time you see a teenager scrolling through their phone, don't just assume they're wasting time, because maybe they're searching for belonging, for identity, for someone who gets them. And maybe, just maybe, you could be that person who listens. Because sometimes even the smallest acts of understanding can change the biggest parts of someone's world. Thank you.
That was such a thoughtful message, Lynn. Thank you. Up next, we have Jude Shilbaya with the power of small wins.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jude, and today I'm going to be talking about the power of small wins. We live in a world obsessed with big moments. The massive success, the before and after photo, and the I quit my job and found my new purpose kind of story. But here's what changed my life. Big change doesn't start big. It starts small. Let me explain. A couple of years ago, I was stuck, overwhelmed, frustrated, trying to fix everything at once. New goals, new routines, even new me. It lasted 4 days. Then I was back to square one, feeling like a failure. But then, on a random Tuesday, I did one tiny choice. I turned off notifications off my phone. That's it. Nothing dramatic. Not exactly TED-worthy. But in that hour, something shifted. For the first time in weeks, I wasn't reacting. I was choosing what to do. And that felt good. And the next day, I did one more thing. I made my bed. Then a 5-minute walk, a few lines in a journal, and a text to an old friend. Small things, but each one was a win. A small, doable, stackable win. And that momentum changed everything. Turns out there's science behind that. Harvard researchers called it the progress principle, which meant small wins on meaningful goals drive more motivations than big breakthroughs. In other words, you don't need massive motivation to get started. You need small progress to keep going. The problem is, we don't value small wins. We dismiss them. We say, that doesn't count. But let me tell you something. Every great book, one page at a time. Every strong habit, one decision. Every transformation, one small step. Small wins aren't small. They're the seeds of big change. And now, here's my question. What's one small win you can give yourself today? Not a perfect plan, not a 5-year vision. Just one win. Thank you.
What an encouraging speech, Jude. Now, let's welcome Mira Abu Jabal with her speech, Do We Live or Post?
Hello, my name is Mira Abu Jabal from 7P, and today I'm here to impact and ignite a conversation about social media. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to share an idea that has the power to change what we all think about social media. Imagine waking up to a world where social media is the only way to spend free time. Sit with that for a second. I think it's time to reframe what we think about social media. Social media listens to what grabs your attention the most, like food cravings, pet lovers, celebrities, to even opening an entire company, but it still has limitations. In 2017, a teenager called Molly Roselle strategically died after being exposed to a stream of negative online content, according to an inquest. Her story highlights the severe mental health impact social media can have. The inquest concluded that she died while suffering from depression from negative online use. Other individuals, like Chris Hayduke, have written about their experiences with addiction, depression, and negative online threats on their lives due to failing classes from excessive social media use. It can also cause eye fatigue, also known as asthenopia, can make people feel tired, can also cause dry eyes. People tend to blink significantly less when they're looking at a screen. Can also cause blurry vision, dry eyes, and headaches, anxiety through constant notifications and pressure. Depression can make people feel left out or inadequate, and addiction. Platforms are meant to keep us scrolling. If this is a crucial turning point in our society, how can we avoid it? Set clear boundaries in social media use. Use time-limiting apps and set a physical timer. Place a timer on your desk and get up to remove it. This can break your concentration and remind you to step away. Disable no phone times. Designate a specific day or week which is completely screen time free. Be intentional, not addicted. Ask, does this add value to my life or does it just steal my attention? And you can read a book. A book can act the same way as social media. Find the type of book you're interested in and read it. So let's minimize it to the fullest extent and let go of what no longer serves us. And keep digging until a book grabs you. Thank you so much.
That was such an eye-opening speech, Mira. Up next, we have Rahaf Jude presenting Winning is Not Everything.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahaf Jude from 7C, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of how winning isn't everything. Have you ever worked really hard for something? A game, a project, a competition, and still didn't win? It's a tough feeling. We spend so much time believing that winning is the most important thing. But what if it's not? Think about it. Every winner has lost at some point. The difference is they didn't stop. They kept learning, kept improving, and kept believing in themselves. And having that kind of mindset matters. Every loss is actually a hidden lesson. Maybe it teaches you to prepare better. Maybe it shows you what you're truly passionate about. Or maybe it just makes you stronger for the next challenge. The truth is, if you only focus on winning, you might miss the most important parts. Learning from your mistakes and understanding what went wrong. When you lose, you start to learn to keep trying, even when it's hard. You learn patience, you learn to put in effort, and you discover how much potential you really have. I have been through that too. I worked so hard for something and didn't win. At first, I was upset. I thought all my effort was gone for nothing. But what I didn't realize was I had improved so much without even noticing. I learned to keep going, to keep believing in myself, even when things didn't go my way. So, the next time you don't win, don't ask yourself, why did I lose? Ask yourself, what did I learn? Because sometimes winning isn't everything, and that is what teaches us how to succeed. Thank you.
That was so inspiring, Rahaf. A great reminder that growth matters more than winning. Please welcome Eileen Nader, speaking about, is kindness a form of intelligence?
When was the last time someone surprised you with an act of kindness? Not just being polite, but the kind of kindness that made you feel cared for. The kind of kindness that made you stop and think, whoa, they didn't have to do that. These moments don't show up in resumes or report cards, but they stay in our hearts. Now, let's ask the better question. When was the last time you did that for someone else? And yet, we don't treat kindness like it matters. We act like it's nice, optional, but not mandatory. I used to think that being smart meant answering really tricky questions, solving math problems. And that what we were taught, that being intelligent meant being the one who could solve huge equations, the one with the sharper voice. But we've all met people who are clever, yet careless, sharp minds with sharp tongues. They win arguments, but lose people. As Albert Einstein said, try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. This quote reminds us that true value comes from who you are, not just what you know. In addition, many universities like Harvard, Oxford, and Yale had done research and found just small acts of kindness can boost happiness, create positive emotions, and reduce stress. Can you imagine all these benefits just from simple acts of kindness? Finally, kindness is not an optional trait. It's a strategic, intelligent choice. One that makes us smarter, healthier, and more successful. Remember, people may forget your resumes, your qualifications, and your grades, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Let's work together and spread kindness into this world.
What a beautiful message, Eileen. Now, welcome Farah Muhammad with When Yes Becomes a Problem.
Hey everyone, my name is Farah and I'm grade 7D. I want to start by asking you a question. How many of you have seen a kid crying at the store because their parents wouldn't buy them the toy they wanted? How many of you have been that kid? Be honest. We're living in a time where all kids get what they want and think everything will go as they expect it to go. And that's a problem we need to fix. You see, everyone thinks that parents not saying no to their children means love and that they're protecting them from sadness. But that's not the case. Always saying yes doesn't make happy kids, it makes fragile ones. Children will start thinking that every wish they have will be granted with no effort necessary. When parents say yes all the time, they're actually taking away opportunities that shape us. Think about it. How will we learn patience, gratitude, and self-control if we get everything easily? Challenges and struggles are the things that define us. That's why saying no helps make kids more resilient and patient. It's okay to see them cry because they didn't get a toy they wanted. It's better than seeing them struggle for a lifetime because they never learned how to handle disappointment. Am I right? Imagine this. There are two kids, one who gets everything and expects everything easily, and one who must earn and work hard for what he wants. Which kid do you think will handle disappointment better? Parents should start loving their kids deeply, but wisely.
And for parents to know that you can help your children with challenges, but not every challenge. It's okay for them to fail, fall, or trip, because every hardship they overcome can make them stronger and more prepared for future challenges. Spoiled kids aren't bad, they're just kids that haven't been tested enough. It's okay for them to want some nice things once in a while, but they have to learn how to work for them through dedication, because the pain and effort they'll face will soon be the foundation of success they'll have later. Saying no doesn't mean being strict. It means teaching children that effort and hard work brings rewards and failure teaches lessons. So, let's make this generation a place full of kids that dream big and work hard, because their future depends on you. Thank you.
That was such a relatable topic, Farah. Saying no is powerful. Up next is Lilia Qar'i with a journey of 1,000 miles.
Hello everyone, my name is Lilia Qar'i and I'm in 7D. Lao Tzu once said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." This simple truth reminds us that no matter how big our dreams may seem, success starts with just one action. But often, fear and overthinking may hold us back. The first step may feel difficult, but it's the most powerful because it creates momentum and turns possibilities into progress. In our fast-paced competitive world, we sometimes forget to ask, am I pursuing what truly matters to me? Instead of worrying about the future or comparing ourselves to others, we should focus on today. Comparison only distracts us from our own journey. Think of a race. Looking at others makes you stumble, but staying focused on your lane leads to success. Finally, let's not overlook gratitude. True success comes not from shortcuts or quick wins, but from hard work, patience, and appreciating the small steps along the way. There was a time when I was afraid to take a chance because I didn't want to make mistakes. But I learned the mistakes are not failures. They help us grow and become stronger. Every mistake teaches us something new and helps us move forward. Growth doesn't come from staying in our comfort zone, but from trying, failing, and trying again. I also learned that success doesn't come all at once. It's the small, steady steps we take every day that make the biggest difference. Even if progress feels slow, keep going. Every little effort counts and brings you closer to your goal. So take that first step. Don't fear failure, don't compare, and don't forget to celebrate your progress. Every step brings you closer to your dreams. Thank you.
That was truly motivating, Lilia. Up next is Aysel Alauddin, presenting Turning Pain into Power.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aysel, and today I'm going to be talking about turning pain into power. Everyone in the stage has probably felt pain, but not everyone knows what it can turn into. Pain doesn't always mean wounds or broken bones. Sometimes it's invisible. A word that cuts deeper than a knife, or a dream that collapses before it begins. We all carry something like disappointment, loneliness, or even failure. But we hide it behind our smiles because the world taught us that being fine is easier than being real. But hold on, wait a minute. What if pain isn't the end? What if it's the beginning? Thomas Edison failed 1,000 of times before he invented the light bulb. Each failure could have been the end of the story. But he didn't give up. Instead, he turned every mistake into a lesson, every setback into a step forward. That's the turning point, when pain becomes motivation. And well, the truth is that power isn't something you're born with. It's a flame that goes each time you rise after falling. It's the spark that turns fear into courage, pain into action, and failure into a new beginning. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Aysel, for this amazing speech. Up next is Lamar Al-Khalaf with her experience in speech delivery competition.
Hello, I am Lamar, and I am here to tell you about my experience of speech delivery, and the best thing about it, that you were part of it. I remember exactly when I applied for the Stars of English 3 years ago. At that time, I prepared everything, including memorization, gestures, and movements, saying to myself, I'm definitely going to win. Thankfully, all participants managed to get qualified to the second level, but we still had 2 more stages to go. Here, the pressure started to increase, but I still copied what I did last time. Unfortunately, I was 1 step away from being accepted. My spirit shattered like glass. I went home disappointed until my mom noticed me and calmed me down by telling me, it's okay, reframe your mistakes and improve yourself for next year. A year passed and the competition started again. My mother's words echoed in my head. Reframe your mistakes and improve yourself. Reframe your mistakes and improve yourself. Losing was not an option. I passed the first stage, but the real fear began when the second stage started. I studied hours a day. I had to face my past self and prove that I'm stronger now. I stood bravely, facing the audience and judges, saying every word with pure imagination. After 2 to 3 weeks, oh no, a month exactly, I was overwhelmed with joy to see myself moving to the last round. I felt excited, especially that I had to write my own speech. Of course, with the help of my amazing specialized English teacher. Now, I was in presence of 4 judges, which made the mission even more difficult. My heart raced. I asked myself many questions. What if I forgot? What if I lost with all the effort I made? And so on. Days passed and the results were announced. Luckily, there were 2 winners, and I was one. As you see, dreams require patience, confidence, and most importantly, persistence. As told, I have actually achieved it, as God willed. And with every step, I've learned that when you walk with faith, even the impossible boasts your determination. Thank you.
Now, please welcome Mace Hamoud with presenting Speaking Through Melodies.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I am Mace, and now let me start with a quick question. How many of you here have ever felt like words just weren't enough? That's exactly when music became my voice. There are moments in life when words just don't work, when your heart feels too heavy, or your thoughts are too complicated to explain. For me, those were the moments I turned to music, because somehow, when I couldn't speak, music spoke for me. I remember standing in front of a mirror, singing quietly my favorite song. My voice was shaking, but for the first time, I wasn't scared. Because in that song, I could say everything I was too afraid to say out loud. I could be honest. I could be me. Music didn't just teach me to sing. It taught me to feel. It taught me that sensitivity isn't weakness, it's art. And sometimes, sharing a song is the most powerful way to say, I understand you. Some people write to express themselves. Some draw, some run. Me, I make playlists. Each song is a chapter of my story. When words fall short, I know a melody will always find a way to say it better. Music doesn't just fill silence. It fills the spaces inside us that words can't reach. And maybe that's its magic. Because when we listen, really listen, we find not just sound, but understanding. Not just lyrics, but truth. We all have moments where we feel invisible, unheard, or misunderstood. But maybe we're not meant to stay silent forever. Maybe our voices just sounds different, softer, deeper, or musical. So, if you ever feel like no one understands you, let music speak. Because somewhere, someone is listening to the same song and feeling the exact same thing. Whether you play, sing, or just listen, let music remind you that your emotions matter. Because even when you can't say the words, your heart has something to say. And sometimes all it takes is a single song to finally be heard. Thank you.
That was such a beautiful and creative speech, Mace. Up next, we have Bana Abbas with The Power of Being Broken.
Hi everyone, my name is Bana and I'm from 7D. Today I want to talk about something we all try to hide, being broken. We live in a world that celebrates perfection, perfect smiles, perfect grades, and perfect lives. But nobody talks about the nights we cry quietly, the mistakes we wish we could erase, or the times we felt like giving up. The truth is, being broken doesn't make us weak, it makes us real. Every scar, every failure, every tear carries a story that shaped who we are today. There was a time when I thought being strong meant pretending everything was okay. I smiled when I wanted to scream and said I'm okay when I really wasn't. But then I realized strength isn't about hiding pain. It's about facing it. It's about saying, yes, I'm hurt, but I'm still here. Every time life knocks us down, it gives us an option to stay the ground or to rise stronger. And when we rise, we don't rise as the same person. We rise wiser, kinder, and more compassionate. So, to anyone who feels like they're falling apart, remember this: cracks let light in. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be brave, honest, and human. Thank you.
That was such a deep and moving message, Bana. Next, we'll hear from the amazing grade 7 students who also took part in round 1 of the competition. Each of them has prepared something truly special to share with us today.
Today we stand here as young voices full of ideas and dreams.
We stood on the stage today not just to speak, but to be heard.
Every word we shared came from our hearts.
Every sentence we carried is based on who we are.
We learned that courage begins the moment we say, I can.
And confidence grows with every step we take forward.
TEDx gave us the chance to turn our thoughts into inspiration,
to turn our voices into power,
to remind ourselves that ideas can change the world.
We discovered that speaking isn't just about talking, it's about connecting.
It's about sharing what matters.
It's about believing that even small voices can make a difference.
We thank our teachers and monitors who helped us,
and our classmates who listened and cheered for us.
This is not the end of our TEDx journey, it's only the beginning.
Because we are the voices of tomorrow, and our ideas will keep shining bright. Together we learned that when voices unite, they create change.
And as we leave this stage, we carry one message: the future begins with us.
Who am I with?
I'm with Sarah from 7C.
And how do you feel just moments before going on stage?
I felt excited, but a little bit nervous, but I was confident everything would go well.
Who am I with?
Muna.
And if you could describe your TEDx preparation journey in one word, what would it be?
It's a challenge. It taught me so much about myself and my ability to stand confidently in front of others.
I am with
Tala from 7I.
And today you have a big TEDx speech coming up. What inspired you to choose your topic?
I was inspired by a personal experience I went through, and I wanted to share it with others so they can benefit from it.
Okay, thank you so much, Tala. Who am I with?
Miral.
And what is the main message you hope to deliver to your audience today?
I want them to believe that change is possible and that small ideas can make a big difference.
Thank you so much.
Amazing job, grade 7. Now please welcome Hala Fadi, speaking about positive words and real friendships.
I believe in the power of words. Many people talk before they think, but I know the value of words. Words can make you, break you, they can heal your soul. They damage you forever. So I always try to use positive words in my life. They call it adversity, I call it opportunity. They call it weakness, I call it strength. They call me disabled, I call myself differently abled. They see my disabilities, I see my abilities. Hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Hala, and today I'm going to be sharing a story. My story. Have you ever felt discouraged or heard people talk about you in ways that made you doubt yourself? It's not only words, the looks, the whispers, the way people make you feel like you don't belong. I felt that, and I've been there. There are moments when people's words sound louder than your own thoughts. And I truly believe in the power of words. They can build you up or they can break you down. Some people throw words carelessly, not realizing how heavy they can be when they land on someone's heart. But here's what I learned. You can heal your soul, your confidence, and your peace through words you choose to believe and words you choose to let go of. A person's worth is never defined by what others think of them. It's defined by how they keep going, even when others try to make them feel small. I remember once I cried just because I wanted to be someone's friend. I tried so hard to fit in, to be liked, to belong. One day, I even received a note that said, "We don't want you in our group." I still remember holding the paper in my hand. For a moment, everything around me had stopped. I kept wondering, what was wrong with me? How could those words affect me? Why am I not enough? But that day, I realized something important. The problem wasn't me. It was how I was seeing myself through someone else's eyes. That moment broke me a little, but it also built me. It taught me that positive words and real friendship never make you cry for acceptance. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You only need to be yourself, and that's more than enough. At the end of the day, what truly matters is how you see yourself, not what others say about you. I used to care too much about the words people used to describe me and what others thought of me. But now I know. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about standing tall, loving who you are, and shining anyway, even when others try to make you feel small. So believe in yourself. Don't make other people's words make you feel small, because you're enough, always have been, and always will be. Thank you.
Thank you, Hala. Up next, we have Lana Amir with the meaning of life.
What is the meaning of life? A question so vast it has echoed through centuries of human thought. Philosophers and writers have grappled with this question, each offering different perspectives from their own personal lives and struggles. Today, I'll discuss this question from the lens of Franz Kafka, a writer whose work embodies the pain and absurdity of existence. And alongside him, other great thinkers who illuminate different views in our shared human journey. Kafka's life and literature plunge us into a world where the search for meaning is often met with walls of confusion. In the trial, his protagonist, Joseph K., is caught in a bewildering labyrinthine system, never understanding the charges against him. This mirrors our search for meaning in a world that seems indifferent, even hostile. Kafka reminds us that maybe meaning is not handed to us clearly. Maybe it's trapped in paradox and absurdity. Take Albert Camus, a philosopher who resonated deeply with Kafka's sense of the absurd. He famously called life absurd because of our search for meaning in a world that offers none. Yet he did not conclude in despair. He urged us to embrace the absurd condition through rebellion, through the act of living life to its fullest despite the chaos. In the myth of Sisyphus, he imagined Sisyphus eternally pushing a boulder uphill, a task devoid of meaning. But later on, he becomes a hero because he accepts his fate and finds meaning in the struggle itself. Similarly, Sylvia Plath suggested that meaning is found when we confess our inner lives, our fears, doubts, and struggles. In The Bell Jar, her character searches for identity in a world that seemed suffocating. For Plath, meaning is not something we find outside ourselves, but something we uncover when being true about what's happening inside. So what do these writers teach us about the meaning of life? They teach us that the search for meaning is often uncomfortable. Franz Kafka reminds us that estrangement is a normal part about being human. Camus urges us to embrace absurdity and we'll find freedom. Plath points us inward, encouraging self-reflection. In the end, life's meaning is not one fixed answer. It's something we build through honesty, struggles, and the choices we make every day. Thank you.
What did you learn from participating in TEDx?
I learned that confidence comes from experience. Fear is normal, but it shouldn't stop us.
Thank you so much, Lan.
Now please welcome Ayan Najjar presenting the impact of tiny acts.
Hello everyone, my name is Aya and today I'm going to talk about the impact of tiny acts. Did you know that a simple smile can be an act of charity? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A smile on the face of your brother is a charity." Often, the smallest acts lead to the greatest impact. A simple smile, a heartfelt thank you, or just be there to listen. These seem minor, but it can transform someone's day. I remember at a time, I felt quite down at school. Then a classmate I barely knew said, "Hey, your hair looks so nice." That one small act of kindness just brightened my entire day and showed me how powerful these words can be. As Steve Jobs said once, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Maybe changing the world would begin with these small things, a simple smile, one kind word, or one action at a time. Sometimes we wait grand moments to feel joy, like achieving high grades, traveling, or winning something. But true happiness comes from something small. It's these tiny things that leave the most lasting impression. So never ever underestimate the power of something small. It might just change everything. Thank you.
That was such a meaningful speech, Aya. Up next, we have Noor Al-Husseini with the power of forgiveness.
Hi, my name is Noor, and today I'll be teaching you how to steal your heart back. Forgiveness is not a weakness. Forgiveness is sovereignty. Us humans, we tend to hold grudges like trophies. Sure, they might look shiny at first, until they start to rust our lives from the inside. When I was in middle school, me and my best friend fought over something small, a broken promise and a storm of words. I stopped speaking to them for weeks. I felt proud at first, but pride, it turned into a quiet, heavy loneliness. Then one afternoon, I chose something stranger than revenge. I knocked on their door, and do you know what I said? I said, "I forgive you." The silence that followed was the loudest piece I'd ever heard. Let's get one thing straight. Forgiving is not forgetting. It's a deliberate act. It's a brave decision to stop letting someone else run your life. Stop letting someone else run your life. And it is the art of reclaiming your time, attention, and dignity. When you hold anger, it ossifies your heart. But when you forgive, it liberates your future. When you forgive someone, you don't make the other person seem innocent. You make your life available again. As Louis B. Smells once said, when you forgive someone, you set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. And psychologists like Dr. Everett Worthington's studies have shown that forgiveness doesn't just heal the heart, it literally lowers stress, helps your body recover, and clears your mind. So here's my challenge. First, admit the hurt. Second, speak truth to yourself. Third, offer forgiveness, even if reconciliation waits. Try it and see what light returns to your life. Forgiveness is the quiet resolution that begins inside your chest. And when you choose it, you don't just change your story, you rewrite your entire future.
Noor, tell us what was the most unforgettable moment while you were on stage?
Personally, when I saw the audience reaction and their smiles, that's when I knew my message truly reached them.
Thank you so much, Noor.
Please welcome Jannah Sha'ban with A Class of Kindness.
Hello everyone. If I could share one creative idea that could truly change the world, it would be this. Let's make kindness a language that everyone learns. We learn math, we learn science, and other subjects, but we don't learn how to care for each other. We don't learn how to listen or how to understand people's feelings. What if every school taught the language of kindness? A class that teaches how to help others, how to be patient, and how to solve problems peacefully. A class where we learn to respect, forgive, and help others in simple ways. It might sound simple, but a small act of kindness can spread faster than anything else. A smile can make someone's day brighter. A good word can give someone hope. A small act can change someone's mood completely. And if everyone practiced kindness, imagine how different our world would look. Less hate, less war, more peace and cooperation. Kindness doesn't cost anything. It doesn't need money or technology, only a kind heart. If we all spoke the language of kindness, the world would be a place full of love, peace, and hope. And I truly believe that this simple idea can change the world. Thank you.
Amazing job, Jannah. Now, welcome Sabah Amir, speaking about wrong today, strong tomorrow.
Morning, everyone. My name is Adhwa'a, and today I'll be talking about something I believe many of us struggle with. Something I used to see as weakness, but I've come to understand it in a completely new way. Let me start with a confession. For most of my life, I believed being wrong was something to fight at all costs. Wrong meant failure. Wrong meant weakness. Wrong meant you didn't know enough, weren't good enough, and definitely shouldn't speak up. But I've come to realize something, and it's a lesson I hope you'll take with you today. Being wrong isn't the end of the story. It's where the story actually begins. Let me explain. Imagine this. You're in a room and someone asks a question. You raised your hand, then you answered, and you're confident. Then you're told you're wrong. What's your first reaction? Embarrassment or shame? The please let the floor open up and swallow me feeling? That used to be me, every single time. But all of that changed when, one day, I was with my mother in a classroom, and the teacher asked a difficult question. No one knew the answer, but I did. Still, I didn't raise my hand. I feared to get it wrong in front of everyone. A few seconds later, the teacher gave the correct answer. It was exactly what I thought of. I regretted it instantly. The moment stayed with me, and I kept asking myself, what if I had spoken up? What if I had taken my chance? My mother would have been proud of me, and I will be proud too. But what if I messed up? Or I got it wrong? What's the worst that would have happened? Think about it. Every great invention was once free of mistakes. How would our life be without a light bulb? Exactly. Thanks to Thomas Edison, who failed over thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. And when asked about it, he said, I didn't fail. I just found thousands of ways that didn't work. So, why are we so afraid of being wrong? Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that being wrong means you're not good enough and we're not smart enough. But I'm here to tell you, being wrong means you're trying, that you care, that you're willing to know and willing to grow. And here's where the magic happens. When we stop fearing mistakes, we start taking risks. When we say, I don't know, we open the door to learning something new. Here's the truth. No one gets it right the first time. So, the next time you find out you're wrong, I hope you pause and smile, because being wrong isn't a game over. It's a level up. And the world needs more people who are brave enough to say, I was wrong, but I can do better, and I can learn. Thank you.
Up next, we have Bayan Ahmed with Is AI Killing Creativity?
Good morning, respected teachers and dear parents. I'm Bayan Ahmed Midarati. Today, I'm here to tell you about AI. No, not about how amazing it is or how it will create new technologies. I'm here to tell you about how it's killing and destroying creativity every day. Everyone nowadays uses AI, teachers, scientists, and even students, because it's easy and accurate. But what does it cost? Actually, a lot. Imagine this. You're building a Lego set, the instructions are complex, and there are some pieces that are tricky to fit. You struggle with it, but when you finally snap that last brick, you feel kind of pride and accomplishment. You know how it all works, because you struggled with it. Now imagine if you just had a machine that would build this for you. You would have the same final product, but you'd have missed the whole experience. Using AI for everyday work is like having the machine building your Lego set. We're skipping the struggle, and that struggle is where creativity and critical thinking are born. Every time we use AI, our creativity gets weaker. It's like a muscle. If you never use it, it gets lazy. Over time, we start to forget how to come up with ideas on our own. We stop learning how to solve problems. We stop taking risks. From a scientific perspective, researchers from the University of Toronto showed that the usage of AI generative system may reduce humans' ability to think creatively and independently over time. So what can we do? Stop using AI for ideas. Think alone. Save your future and next generation. Every time you ask AI, ask yourself, is this my work? Am I learning? Am I being creative? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to put the app away and think alone for your future. We were all born with the ability to be creative. Don't give that power away to a machine. AI might be smart, but it does not have your voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Bayan. Now please welcome Celine Adulli presenting When Time Wastes You.
Hello, my beloved teachers and my fellow friends. Today, I'll be talking about a problem that most people face, which is wasting their time. Before I go into details, I would like to share with you an incident that happened with me. Before the first week of school, my family decided to move to a new house that was about 40 minutes away from my school. This was something challenging for me because from my old house, it took us only 7 minutes to get to my school. The first day of school was extremely difficult for me. When my dad came to pick my sister and I up from school, we had nothing to do in the car but to scroll in our devices. Even after scrolling millions of shorts and snaps, we still felt bored. We kept on nagging and telling my father, when would we arrive? Until we reached a point that made him mad. I told my mother what was going on and asked her how to solve this problem. She suggested that I finish doing my homework in the car since I didn't have much time to do it at my house, or to play with my sister using gaming cards, or to talk more with my father. After my mother gave me this idea, my sister and I began bonding a lot with each other. I had time to do other things in my house because I'd already finished doing my homework in the car. My dad started to tell us funny jokes that would send us laughing for the rest of the ride. From that experience, I learned to never waste my time on something that is not productive or that will not help me in the future. Now let's dig into the matter. I was shocked by the number of people who waste their time on social media. About 5.66 billion people globally waste their time on social media, which equals to about 68.7% of the world's population. That is a crazy number. People waste their time watching others become successful while they just sit in the couch doing nothing. Most people who waste their time on social media often struggle academically, which could affect their future lives, especially children at the age of 13 and below. There are several solutions to solve this problem, but the most affecting one is walking. And you may ask why. Well, studies have shown that walking is a productive way to improve cardiovascular health, build stamina, and burn calories. It also helps you mentally by reducing stress, improving your mood, and boosting your confidence. Most people would say, time flies by quickly, so why do you not spend your time wisely? thank you all for listening. I hope I inspired you.
Up next, we have Haneen Arafat with How Technology Can Save Humanity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine this. One morning, you wake up and the world is silent. No people, no laughter, no voices, only machines. Cars driving themselves, screens talking, and robots working. Would the world still be alive or just running? That's when I started wondering, is technology really the problem or is it how we use it? Technology is one of the most powerful things human has ever made. It connects, it saves lives, and gives us hope. Doctors use it to perform surgeries, scientists use it to heal the planet, and students like us use it to learn and dream bigger. Technology brings people closer, even when they're far apart, and gives us hope, and gives us light when the worlds feel dark, and helps us build things we once thought were impossible. But here's the truth. Technology is just a mirror. It reflects who we are. If you fill it with hate, it becomes an enemy. If you fill it with hope, it becomes a hero. Remember that the danger isn't robots taking over. The danger is humans forgetting what makes us humans. Things like empathy, love, and respect. So how can we save it? So how can we save humanity using it? By using it for good, for creating, for learning, for helping, and for understanding one another. Our role is to fill it with purpose, and to guide it with heart, and to never let the code replace our compassion, because the power isn't in the machines, it's in the minds that built it. So after all, technology can save humanity, only if humanity learns to save itself first. Technology isn't our enemy, it's our reflection. And the future depends on what we choose to see in that reflection. So with our touch of technology, let's program the world we've always dreamed of. Thank you.
Haneen, what would you like to advise your classmates who want to participate in the future?
For anyone who's thinking to participate in the future, to go for it. Of course, at first you'll feel scared, just like me. But with the help and support of my classmates and teacher, I got the course that I needed. And to be honest, it was an experience that I'll never forget.
Thank you so much, Haneen.
Thank you, Haneen. Now, please welcome Kinda Hani presenting the digital world we live in.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I will be talking about the impact of social media. Social media is one of the most powerful and influential parts of our modern world. Every day, millions of people use these platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and X to share ideas, pictures, and even experiences. It also helps us to stay in touch with our family and friends and allows us to connect across different countries and cultures in just a few seconds. It gives you quick access to news and information and allows businesses and creators to promote their product to get a new audience. However, social media also have a negative side. Spending too much screen time can cause addiction, anxiety, and a loss of real-life connection. It can also spread false information and increase the risk of cyberbullying. All these problems can really affect people's confidence and mental health, especially among teenagers, who are often the most active users. To make social media positive, we must use it wisely, like taking breaks and thinking before posting. This way, it can help us use it in a healthy way. In the end, social media is not just for entertainment. It's a part of our life. How we use it determines whether it helped us, grow us, or held us back. Thank you.
And now that you finished your talk, how would you describe your feelings?
I really feel proud and relieved that as if a heavy weight have been lifted off my shoulders. I'm also happy that I have shared and inspired everyone with my talk.
Okay, thank you so much, Kinda.
That was such a relatable and well-delivered speech, Kinda. And now, it's time for our honorable grade 8 students who will be presenting their speeches from round 1 of the competition. Let's welcome them to the stage.
A simple word can change someone's entire day. A kind sentence can open a closed heart. A smile can flip someone's day upside down.
Words are like seeds. They grow into thoughts, actions, and history, so we must choose them carefully.
A compliment can give someone the confidence to fly, but an insult it can cut deeper than a knife.
We remember words for use, especially the ones that hurt.
Encouragement for forward and bullying for down.
A teacher's praise can inspire a dream. A negative comment can destroy one.
Our voices can be a bridge, or they can become walls.
Before we speak, we should ask, will my words heal or hurt? When we speak with kindness, we give hope. When we speak with confidence, we give power.
We may forget what someone had said, but we never forget how it made us feel. Bullying and verbal harassment aren't just jokes. They can break someone's confidence and silence their voice. So together, let's stand up against bullying and make everyone feel seen, not small.
Our voices matter, our words have power. Thank you.
Wonderful job, grade 8. Now, let's welcome Tia and Rashid, presenting The Power of Yet.
Hi everyone, my name is Tia, and today I'm presenting a speech about the power of yet. Have you ever looked at something and thought, I can't do this? Maybe it was a math test that made your brain hurt, or a sport you just couldn't get right. Or maybe you saw someone else do something amazing and thought, I'll never be as good as that. Well, I used to think that too, until I discovered a tiny word. That word is yet. I can't do this becomes I can't do this yet. It's amazing what one little word can do. Yet means you're still learning. It means you're not finished. It means you're still growing and believing in yourself no matter how impossible things get. Let me tell you something about myself. Before I knew how to give a speech, I was terrified. My hands shook, my heart raced, and my voice sounded so small. I remember thinking, I'm not good at this. But then I stopped and said to myself, I'm not good at this yet. So I practiced. I stood in front of the mirror, I messed up, I laughed at myself, and I tried again until I got it right. Yet turns fear into courage. It turns I give up, and so I'll try again. Every successful person faced a failure. Before Michael Jordan was a basketball legend, he couldn't enter his school team. Yet, before Thomas Edison made the light bulb, he failed 1,000 times. He just hadn't succeeded yet. And before you learned how to ride a bike, read a book, or even spell your name, you couldn't do it yet. So next time you feel like quitting, don't say I can't. Add one more word. Say I can't yet. Because yet means you're still learning. It means there's still hope. Because one day you'll look back and say, I couldn't do it once, but now I can.
Thanks, Tia. Up next is Maya Ras with the importance of mental health.
Hello everyone, my name is Maya Rasa, and today I'm going to talk about something that matters to every one of us, mental health. We often hear people talk about physical health, eating right or staying fit, but we don't talk enough about what's going on inside, in our hearts and in our minds. Mental health is just as important as physical health. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act every single day. Yet for so long, it's been treated like something we should hide or feel ashamed of. But feeling anxious, sad, or lost doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Sometimes life feels heavy, and that's okay. What's not okay is pretending like everything's fine when it isn't. Reaching out for help, whether it's to a friend, a family member, or a counselor, is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and courage. Taking care of your mental health can be as simple as taking a walk, talking to someone you trust, doing something that makes you happy, resting when you need to. Little things can make a big difference.
So let's start being kinder, not only to others but also to ourselves. Let's remind each other that it's okay not to be okay, and that everyone deserves support, understanding, and love. Thank you.
That was such an important topic, Maya. Please welcome Layan Sami speaking about the voices in my head.
Good morning, everyone, and hi. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that gets ignored or forgotten a lot, which is mental health. When people talk about health, they usually talk about eating healthy food, exercising, or just not getting sick. But there's another type of health that's just as important. It's how we feel inside our minds. Mental health is our thoughts, our feelings, and how we cope with things when life gets hard. Sometimes people feel sad for a long time and they don't know why. They try everything to become happy again, but they just can't. This is called depression. Other times, people feel scared, nervous, anxious, even though nothing bad is happening. This is called anxiety. The problem is people think this only happens to adults, but it happens to kids and teens too. The second problem is schools and parents don't really care, or they might just not understand it. In schools, we're taught to do our homework, study hard, and get good grades, but no one ever asks, are you okay, or how are you feeling? If you look sad or tired, teachers just assume that you did not sleep well, or you're being lazy. But that student could be going through something no other student should be going through. And parents don't listen either. If the kid tries to tell them, I'm sad, stressed, tired, or even just need a day off, parents might say, you're too young to feel that way, or to stop overreacting. But just because we're kids doesn't mean our feelings don't matter. Just because we're kids doesn't mean our problems don't matter. Sometimes we feel like no one understands us, not even the people who are supposed to care the most. This is why we need more people to understand that mental health is just as important as physical health. If you broke your arm, people will jump and rush to help you. But if your heart feels broken or your mind feels tired, people will tend to get over it, and that's not fair. Schools should also teach students how to cope with their emotions or how to help a friend that's struggling with their mental health. There should be also more student counselors that students can actually talk to without having the feeling of being scared or ashamed that they're struggling with their mental health. Teachers should also check up on their students, not just about their grades or their scores, but also with kindness and about their mental health too. Parents should also check up on their kids. We don't need advice, we just need someone to sit, listen to, and understand. A small act of care can make a really big difference. So, if you ever see someone who's not being themselves, or just looks sad or tired, don't just walk away. Try and walk over, say hi, or even start a conversation, ask her if they're okay. That small conversation can save a life that means a lot to another person. In the end, mental health matters. It matters at school, it matters at home, it matters everywhere you are. Everyone deserves to feel loved, safe, and understood. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Up next we have Lara Barghouth with body shaming.
Hello everybody, my name is Lara Barghouth and today I'm going to be talking about why do we teach people to hate their bodies? Why do we teach people to hate their bodies just because someone else made fun of you? When you have social anxiety, even walking into a classroom can feel scary. You already feel like people are judging you. Now add body shaming comments about your weight, your shape, how you look like your body is a problem. People say, be confident, but then shame you the moment you are. They praise you for being quiet, for shrinking, for changing yourself to fit in. But why should you have to change yourself just because someone else made fun of you? Body shaming doesn't help. It hurts. It hurts so badly that it makes people feel anxious, invisible, uncomfortable. We should be teaching people to love themselves, not to be ashamed of who they are. So no, you're not sorry for existing in your body. No, you won't cover up your body just because someone else made fun of you, because everybody deserves respect. And I mean everybody. Just because you body shame doesn't make you cool or funny. People struggle with social anxiety and insecurities every day, while you're just over here making it as a funny joke, but still, your words make it even worse. Don't you feel like every time you walk into a classroom, you feel like you're getting picked on, judged silently? Well, that's called social anxiety. When someone body shames you, it feels like your heart shattered into tiny little pieces. Each word cuts a little deeper, and every piece of you starts to question if you're ever gonna feel good enough again. It's like the words echo inside you, breaking the confidence you tried so hard to build. Every student that gets body shamed doesn't deserve being body shamed. Why do you body shame someone just so you can feel proud of yourself? That doesn't make you proud. It makes you feel bad on themselves, like they're disappointment. That's why body shaming is so wrong, because it doesn't just hurt people's feelings. It breaks them from the inside. But they just don't show it or act it out because they're afraid. They're afraid of showing that they have emotions and feelings just like you have, just so you can body shame them. Thank you for listening to my speech to know that body shaming is wrong.
Up next, we have Rawa Dweri with Imperfectly Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow dreamers, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Be honest. Do you see someone who's got it all together, like a movie star stepping off a red carpet? Or do you see someone who's, well, a little all over the place? Maybe with bedhead and toothpaste on the shirt. Anyone? Just me? Cool. Hi, I'm Adhwa'a Dweri, and if you told me a year ago I'd be standing on a TEDx stage, I'd have laughed and said, sure, right after I figure out math. But here I am today, and I want to talk about something that took me way too long to learn, being imperfectly perfect. Sounds fancy, right? But stick with me. When I was younger, I thought perfection was the ultimate goal. Perfect grades, perfect selfies, perfect everything. I mean, isn't that what we're told to aim for? But here's the thing, chasing perfection is like chasing a balloon in a windstorm. You look ridiculous, and spoiler alert, you're not catching it. And social media, oh, it makes it worse. Have you seen those influencers who wake up looking like they've been kissed by angels? Meanwhile, I wake up looking like I've wrestled a tornado. Living in a life that demands perfection 24/7 is exhausting. Have you ever felt that pressure to be on all the time like life is one big audition? I have, until one day I failed, and it changed everything. It was a school project. I worked so hard on it thinking it had to be perfect. But when the grades came back, let's just say it was a character building experience. At first, I was crushed. My inner voice was like, congratulations, you've unlocked a new level of embarrassment. Then something unexpected happened. I realized I actually like what I made. It wasn't perfect, but it was me. And that's when it hit me. What if imperfection isn't a flaw? What if it's a superpower? Think about it. Some of the coolest things in history happened because people weren't afraid to fail. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Can you imagine him on attempt 999 saying, well, maybe I'll just stick to candles? Or J.K. Rowling rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon? Their imperfections weren't failures, they were stepping stones. When I started embracing my imperfections, something amazing happened. I stopped trying to be someone I wasn't. I started being me. And you know what? People connected with that, because here's the secret no one tells you. Your imperfections are what make you who you are. They're what make you real. They're what make you relatable. So how do we embrace being imperfectly perfect? Here are 3 things that helped me. Number 1, shift your perspective. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, ask what's awesome about me. Trust me, there's a lot. For example, I can't sing to save my life, but I can rock a karaoke session with enough confidence to make people think I'm Beyonce. Almost. Number 2, celebrate your failures. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Instead of fearing mistakes, welcome them. They're proof that you're trying. Plus, they make for great stories later. Like that time I tried to bake cookies and ended up with charcoal discs. Number 3, be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would your best friend. Would you tell your best friend they're not good enough? No way. So why say it to yourself? Before I wrap up, let me leave you with this. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real people. People who are brave enough to show their cracks, their scars, their oops moments. Because those are the things that make us real. They're the things that make us unforgettable. So the next time you look into the mirror, don't just see someone who's trying to be perfect, see someone who's already imperfectly perfect. And remember, you don't have to be flawless to be amazing, you just have to be you. Thank you.
That was such a beautiful reminder to embrace ourselves, Rawa. Please welcome Seema Fadil speaking about the bridge to our future selves.
Let me ask you something. Who are you in 5 years? Close your eyes for a moment. Picture future selves. Be specific. What are you doing? Are you more confident? Maybe speaking on a stage like this? Are you fluent in another language, creating music, coding, debating? Or maybe just happier, more at peace? Open your eyes. Now here's the harder question. What are you doing for that version of you? We all imagine this amazing future self, but that version often feels far away, like an island on the horizon. We can see it, but it feels unreachable. We're here to talk how to get there, how to build a bridge. And that bridge is built of one simple but misunderstood thing, commitment. But we didn't learn that from success. We learned that from failure, from quitting. One of us decided to become a stock trader, watched tutorials, made plans, dreamed big, and quit when it got confusing. Another decided to become a runner, bought shoes, downloaded an app, ran for 2 weeks, and quit when it got hard. And it felt awful, like we weren't capable of finishing anything. But then we realized something. We weren't failing because we couldn't do it. We were failing because we were staring too hard at the island, trying to jump the whole distance in one leap. The bridge to future self isn't built in one big plank. It's built plank by plank through small, almost invisible choices. Commitment isn't shouting, I'll do this forever. It's whispering, I'll do this today. It's not, I'll become a fitness expert. It's, I'll put on my shoes and walk to the corner. It's not, I'll master finance. It's, I'll read an article and try to understand it. It's not, I'll get to all A's. It's, I'll do those 3 math problems before opening TikTok. Every small promise you keep is a plank, and with each plank you build yourself a message. I can, trust me. That's how a bridge is built. Not through perfection, but through consistency. So here's our challenge to you. Think of one tiny thing your future self will thank you for. 1 glass of water in the morning, 1 page of a book, 1 kind word, 1 deep breath. Don't commit for a year. Don't even commit for a week. Just for today, build 1 plank, then tomorrow build another. And one day, you'll look up and realize you're not staring at that faraway island anymore. You're standing on it. Because you weren't just the builders, you were the bridge all along. Thank you.
That was such a hopeful message, Seema. Up next, we have Larina Qar'i with technology.
Hello and welcome, my fellow friends and colleagues. I'm here to present a speech about technology. We are all living in a fast-paced rhythm world where every next step is closely monitored by technology and its related aspects. Starting from the Industrial Revolution in the mid-18th century to today's digital era, technology has been our guide, opening doors to endless possibilities. We all carry that portable thing called a cell phone or mobile. It's not just a tool, but a gateway to information, communication, and innovation. Our ability to connect, share, and create has never been more profound. Technology has compressed distances, making the world a global village. It has democratized information, empowering individuals to learn, adapt, and contribute in ways that were once inconceivable. It's the engine of our economy, driving industries forward and creating new opportunities. From education to healthcare, technology plays a vital role in improving the quality of life. Students can now access information from anywhere in the world. Doctors can use robotic precision to increase productivity. And farmers can use smart tools. These advancements show how technology touches every aspect of the human life, making it more efficient and connected. However, as much as it benefits us, it also comes with challenges. Overuse can lead to isolation, misuse of information, and threats to privacy. Therefore, we must use technology wisely and responsibly to ensure that progress does not come at the cost of our well-being or humanity. In our journey into the future, let's embrace technology as a tool for positive change. Let's leverage it to solve global challenges, promote inclusivity, and foster creativity. As we navigate the digital landscape, let's be architects of a future where technology serves humanity, making our lives richer, our connections deeper, and our world more sustainable. Use technology to build, not to break, to connect, not to isolate. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Larina. Please welcome Maria Ala presenting Dream Walls.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Al-Hamsi. Today I'm going to be presenting Dream Walls. When I want to learn something new, I often felt unsure where to start or who to ask. Sometimes I kept my dreams to myself, afraid they might be seen too small or impossible. But then I thought, what if everyone had a place to share their dreams? Every dream, no matter how small, deserves to be seen and supported. Imagine a big, vibrant wall in every school or city where people could write their dreams and others could help bring those dreams to life. Someone might share, I want to be an artist. Another could say, I want to learn French. And others could offer advice, encouragement, or opportunities to help them grow. Dream walls would become spaces filled with creativity, motivation, and support, reminding us that when we support one another's dreams, we build a community of inspiration and kindness, because together we can turn hope into action and dreams into reality. Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. Up next, we have Miral Matuk with My Mom is My Hero.
Hello everyone. Have you ever felt someone else sense your pain before you did? Today, I want to talk about someone who's the heartbeat of my world. My mom. Moms are like guiding stars in our lives, as essential as the air we breathe. I'd like to share a story that shows how mothers always seem to have a sixth sense. One day, I was playing basketball when the ball accidentally hit my little finger. A sharp, burning sensation shot through my finger, making me wince every time I tried to move it. We went to the doctor, and he said not to worry, it was just a minor bruise, and I only needed some cream. But my mom didn't believe him and felt uncomfortable about my condition. She said, I know you're in a lot of pain, so it must be more serious. The next morning, my mom took me to another doctor and showed him my x-ray. This time, the doctor looked closely at the x-ray and said, your finger is actually broken. You need to wear a finger splint. When my mom heard this, she exhaled deeply. A quiet, I knew it, escaping her lips. Her relief was palpable, and we both felt a sense of closure knowing the truth. After a month, my finger healed. Because of this experience, I truly believe that mothers are always right. They can feel what their children feel, even when others can't see it. This incident opened my eyes to the depth of my mom's intuition and her unwavering care for me. Since then, I have relied more on her wisdom, knowing that her insights often guide me to the right path. As we end this journey, I would like to extend my gratitude to all mothers for their tireless sacrifices and unwavering love. My mom is my hero, and I believe all mothers have a special strength. Please, give a huge clap for our mothers. Thank you.
What a touching and emotional speech, Miral. Now, please welcome Haneen Mahmoud speaking about artificial intelligence.
Hello everyone, my name is Haneen Mahmoud from grade 6I. Today I will be talking about something very important, the danger of AI. So, how many of you have used AI before? Yes, if you've ever said, hey Siri, or asked Google, ChatGPT, anything. Congratulations, you have already used AI. AI is a super smart robot brain that lives inside devices and online games. It can be used for many different things, such as learning new things, writing stories, and many more. But remember this, AI isn't all just sunshine and Wi-Fi. It's a lot more than that. First, AI knows way too much about us. Every time you click, like, share, or just scroll, it's watching and learning. Ever talked about, let's say, maybe pizza, and then bam, pizza ads are everywhere? That's AI saying, I got you. Cool? Yes. Creepy? Definitely. Second, AI can make things that look 100% real but are absolutely fake. These are called deepfakes. Imagine seeing a funny cat video on YouTube. You'll probably laugh the whole day. But now, imagine seeing fake information or fake messages about someone you know online. Not so funny, right? Third, finally, and the final question. Is AI soon going to take over all jobs and rule the earth? No, because AI is all made out of one simple thing, a code. And even the smallest difference in that code can completely change AI. Sure, AI can do many things. It can substitute for teachers, help doctors and scientists mix harmful chemicals and make new medicines, and many more things. But there are still some things that AI cannot do that even children can. For example, can AI laugh at a joke, show emotion, or be a friend? No, because that's our superpower, being human. So, don't be afraid of AI. AI is not evil, it's just powerful, and it's all up to us to learn how to use it correctly. So, don't be scared. You can treat AI as a pet dragon. If you teach it and train it, it can be something useful and great. But if you don't, it can be something dangerous and disastrous. So spread the word and teach others about AI. Thank you.
That was such a fascinating and smart perspective, Haneen. Up next, we have Raw'a Dulli presenting the power of motivation.
Hello everyone, I'm Raw'a Dulli, grade 6I. Today, I'm going to be talking about an experience that happened to me that changed my life. It all started when my mom decided for my sister and I to perform an idea that would help us read the Quran even more. The idea was to give my sister and I money every surah we finished, and surprisingly, it worked. For example, if the surah was 10 or 15 pages and we recited it perfectly, we would earn 20 riyals. And if the surah was 20 or 25 pages, we would earn 30 riyals, and so on. In addition to that, if we finished memorizing the whole Quran, we would earn 500 riyals. After we applied this idea, we began competing to see who will finish more surahs to earn more money and who will finish reciting the whole Quran first. At the end, my sisters finished the Quran and I finished 20 parts of the Quran. This competition made us closer to the Quran. Every surah we finished was a source of happiness, not just for earning money, but for being closer to Allah. From the Quran, I learned many valuable lessons: how to be kind, honest, and grateful, and how to stay calm during hard times. Reading the Quran made me feel a better person and made me feel closer to Allah every day. None of these words in the world could thank my mom for this brilliant idea. I hope this inspires you to begin reading and memorizing the whole Quran. Thank you for listening.
Now we'll be hearing from our talented grade 6 students who have participated in round 1 of speech delivery competition. Let's give them a warm welcome as they share their inspiring speeches with us.
Sometimes the world asks us to be strong, but strength doesn't always look loud. Sometimes strength is simply trying again.
Self-confidence means believing in yourself, even when your voice shakes, even when your heart worries, even when you feel small. It is waking up and saying, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm trying, and that is enough.
Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about being proud of yourself and who you're becoming.
When we believe in ourselves, we give our dreams a chance to breathe. We open doors to possibilities.
But sometimes we doubt. We look around and think, I'm not as good as them, and our hearts quietly shrink.
In these moments, remember, there is only one you. Can I repeat? In these moments, remember, there is only you in this world. Your voice, your heart, your dreams matter.
Confidence grows from small things like finishing a book, smiling at someone who needs it, trying even when it's hard.
Mistakes do not make us broken. They make us brave. Every mistake holds a lesson, and every lesson makes us stronger.
Confidence also means saying, I need help, I don't understand yet, or can you show me?
And confidence grows when we build each other up. Kind words are little lights, but when we share them, the room gets brighter. Tell yourself, I'm learning, I'm worthy, I'm doing my best. Those words can change a life, especially yours.
Confidence lives in tiny moments. When you raise your hand, try a new challenge, or whispered, I can do this. And when you believe in yourself, you inspire others to believe too. Confidence is a gift we share.
Imagine a world where we are all gentle with ourselves and kind to each other. This world begins right now in our hearts.
Look in the mirror, not to find flaws, but to always remember this truth. I'm worthy of love, respect, and dreams. We may be young, but our hearts are big, our dreams are real, and our confidence is growing day by day.
رغم ارتباطاتكم نورتونا ورحنا فخورين وسعيدين ببناتنا الرائعات المبدعات. They are amazing. You ladies made our day. We are super proud of you. I mean, I wish I can get 1 million people to clap for you because you truly deserve it. So give yourself a clap. I would love to thank every single person who helped in organizing this event. It's not a single person, it's many people. It's a team of teachers, students that did a great job. I mean, your presentation was great. Thank you so much. Ala, also your organization, ladies backstage, you deserve a huge clap for your amazing effort. And of course, the English department as a whole, as a team. Wow, wow, really. Last but not least, the leader of this event, the leader of the English team, the leader who truly made a difference, Ms. Yumna. Thank you. All right, thank you all for coming. Wish you a lovely evening.